I had originally wanted to go into veterinary science for about 8 years, and then I realized that I really enjoyed my English classes way more than I did the science classes, and I actually read the book that I'm going to read an excerpt from, and just after the first couple pages I knew that I wanted to read literature and analyze it just as like my career, and so I turned to English. The English field is very interdisciplinary, and being an English major allows you to sample so many different disciplines, and I think that it gives you a very well-rounded background. I mean, I've studied philosophy, history, psychology, anthropology, and like all of that goes into an English background and English literature, and all of that influences how the literature is written. And I think that that is just so awesome, because it's not just that I'm reading things, it's that I'm seeing so much of like what went into writing it. My Shakespeare comedies class, we got to read 9 plays, and I hadn't read about 5 or 6 of them, so it was really good to like broaden my Shakespeare scope, and it was really great to see like plays that aren't normally read. This was an excerpt from The Agony and the Ecstasy by Irving Stone. Michelangelo, you draw well, but it is also important to know why one must draw well. Drawing is a candle that can be lighted so that the sculptor does not have to grope in the dark. A plan for understanding the sculpture you are gazing at. To try to understand another human being, to grapple for his ultimate depths, that is the most dangerous of human endeavors. In all this the artist essays, with no weapon but a pen or charcoal. He shrugged. That romantic Torrigani talks about going off to the wars. Child's play. There is no thrill of mortal danger to surpass that of a lone man trying to create something that never existed before. Michelangelo held his day's work in his hand, searching it as he thought to understand better what Bertoldo was saying, seeking to find in it some part of what Bertoldo wanted there. Drawing is the supreme way of blotting out your ignorance of a subject, the old man exhorted, establishing wisdom in its place, just as Dante did when he wrote the lines of the Purgatorio. Yes, yes, drawing is like reading Homer so that you will know about Priam and Helen of Troy, Suetonius so that you may learn about the Caesars. Michelangelo lowered his head. I am ignorant. I do not read Greek or Latin. Urbino tried for 3 years to teach me, but I was stubborn. I would not learn. I wanted only to draw. Stupido, you have missed my point. No wonder Urbino had trouble teaching you. Drawing is the learning. It is discipline, a measuring stick with which to see if there is honesty in you. It's a confessional. It will reveal everything about you, while you imagine you are revealing someone else. Drawing is the poet's written line. Set down to see if there be a story worth telling, a truth worth revealing. The old man's voice became soft, affectionate. Remember this, figlio mio. To draw is to be like God when he put breath into Adam. It is the outer breathing of the artist and the inner breathing of the model that creates a new third life on paper. The act of love, Michelangelo, the act of love, through which everything on earth is born. Yes, drawing was the breath of life. He had known that. Yet for him it was not an end, but a means.